Welcome to Fitness Pilates Foundation. So we're going to take you through some of the basic exercises so that you can learn how it should feel when you're doing the exercises and what positionings you need to be looking out for. Okay, so one of the main things that we need to be concentrating on is the core section here. So roughly where I have my belt is around about where my belly button is. And what the best thing to do is we start with our feet close together. We turn the toes out to 10 to 2. We bring our heels in line. That's it. And I want you to try and just spread your toes a little bit. Place the heels down. This gets your feet directly under your hips here. When we're concentrating on where this belt is now, what I want you to do is squeeze in as far as you can and release. Squeeze it in and release. Now try and get your breath. So breathe in, exhale, inhale, exhale. So we're fitting that movement with our breathing. Good, and relax that there. So what I want you to just do now is just breathe normally, in through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. Don't worry too much about where the tummy is. That's it, just breathe. And exhale. Perfect. So from here, shoulders, what I want you to do is squeeze them right up towards the ears and relax them down. And again, squeeze them up, relax them down. Good, keep going, squeezing up, relaxing down. Give me one more like that, squeezing up and relaxing down. And then I'm going to show you from this side, we're going to curve it forward and open back. Squeezing forward and open out. And again. And out. Perfect. And relax. Give me a big shoulder roll. Squeeze it up and let it go. Other side. Squeeze it up and let it go. Up and let it go. One more. Up. And then we're going to do both shoulders together. So from here, both up. Squeeze up and take it back. Roll it down. Squeeze it up. Good. That's it. One more time. Rolling up. Take them back and down and hold it here. So this is the position that you want to be in. So we've got a slight pull back, so the shoulder blades are switched on. Okay, so we're holding here, but they are down away from the ears. Now, it shouldn't feel like we're going really rigid and squeezing everything we've got here. Just relax it off. And the best way of finding it is when you're taking it up and round, and then just naturally let them come down. At the bottom here is where you want to be. Okay? Now, coming back to that tummy squeeze that we were doing right at the beginning, where we were squeezing in all the way and relax. Good. Squeezing in all the way and relax. That's it. Good. Squeezing in all the way and relax. One more. Squeeze it in all the way and relax. Now back to that breathing we were doing before. We'll go inhale, ribs lift and expand, fill it up with air, and exhale. Feel the ribs come down and squeeze the air out. inhale. Now what's happening with the tummy? Is it pulling in? And then exhale, is it squeezing even more to help with the ribs when they come down? Squeeze the air out. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Perfect. Squeeze all the way in. And release. That's it. Good. And again, squeeze all the way in. Keep breathing. And release. Concentrate on that tummy. Squeezing in. Shoulders staying back and down. And relax. One more. Breathing in. Squeezing back and down. And relax. Now, what I want you to do is when we squeeze all the way in is 100. When we relax is 0. Squeezing in, 100. Relax is 0. So what I want you to do is squeeze it all the way in and then just ease it off to halfway. So we're not completely relaxed. We can feel there's a little bit of tension. Hold it there, breathing normally. Inhaling, holding it at 50. Exhale. Keeping it switched on at 50. Good. Inhale. Exhale. And then we release the tummy all the way out to 0. Now from 0, pull it into 50. Inhale. Hold at 50. Exhale. And again, inhale. Hold that tummy at 50. Exhale. Squeeze it right back to 100. All the way, as far as you can. Hold it there. Don't hold your breath. Keep breathing. And then slowly ease it off to that 50. So we know where there's that little bit of tension. Inhale. Good. Exhale. And again, inhale. Exhale. Perfect. And then from here, I want you to imagine you've got a piece of string attached kind of at the crown of the head, top of the head here, and we're going to lift up, lengthening up through. Now that doesn't mean to say we're lifting the chin and looking up at the ceiling. We keep our eyes straight forward. We're lengthening up through the top of the head. Now be careful here, because sometimes the body wants to, or the tendency is to pull the knees back, tip the hips back and lift up like this. That's not what I mean. I want you to lengthen. So we're coming up and through the top of the head. Shoulders are staying back. Tummy's at 50. Bottom's tucked under. Knees have got just a slight bend. Now this is really useful, especially if you're hypermobile, which I am. So I have a tendency, because it's easier, to go straight. But I go beyond straight. I kind of curve back a bit with my legs, which then throws my hips out. So a slight bend of the knees, tilt the pelvis under, turn the tummy onto 50, roll the shoulders up and down, squeeze down, lengthen through the top of the head. That's it. So we're just holding it here, breathing. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Good. Hold that there. So this will become kind of second nature to you. So this is how we need to be standing. So not everything feels like we're going to be walking around all stiff. Okay? We're staying slightly flexed in the knees. Pelvis is tilted under a little bit, squeezing here, shoulders down. And after a while, the muscles will get used to it. Yeah? It won't feel like such hard work. And this is where we need to be. Now, from here, we're going to take ourselves down onto the floor, and we're going to go down onto the back, and we're going to do some exercises to help find a neutral spine whilst we're on the floor. So, from here, what I'd like you to do is take yourself all the way down onto your back. We're going to keep our knees nice and bent, feet on the floor nice and flat. Hands are just going to relax at the side for now. Now, what we did when we were standing, we had that tummy turned on at 50%. So we can either do the squeezing all the way back and relaxing, squeezing all the way back and relaxing, or if you can remember how it felt, go straight in and hold it here. This time we can't roll the shoulders back because the floor's in the way. So the easiest thing to do is just to slide the hands down slightly, keep the tummy at 50 and hold here. And then we're going to lengthen up through the top of the head. So making sure we've still got a gap here between our chin and our chest. So when I'm saying lengthen, I don't mean bring your chin down, I mean just lengthen through the spine, okay? Keeping that distance here. Good. Now, using your hands, have a feel where your back is. Now, is it easy for you to get your hands under your spine? Or is it a bit harder? Or is it absolutely no way your hands are going to come under? Now, this is a good indicator of how your spine is. So, what we don't want is arching up, okay, where we can get our hand easily through. It means we're tilted a little bit too much in the bottom here, okay? Now, sometimes people do have a big curve in the spine. If you do, you're going to have to work a little bit harder to try and keep more of a neutral position. If we're too much the other way, so our back is completely flat against the mat, we can't get our fingers on under at all, and our bottom might be lifted ever so slightly, okay? Again, that's just an extreme curvature the other way in the spine. So you need to just be careful where you're going with that. Again, you will have to work a little bit harder as well to make sure that tummy and the spine are working together. Now, one of the easiest ways when you're on the floor to find your position is just to do a pelvic rock or a pelvic tilt. So all we're going to do is keeping our bottom on the floor at all times. Again, we're going to use this tummy and we're going to tilt the pelvis. So if I put my hands to the side here, we're going to rock up slightly. So we're going to be squeezing in here at the tummy and we're going to be pushing our spine down into the floor, yeah? And then when we relax, we come back to our natural position. Now this might be curving the spine, yeah? We push down, flatten here, tilting that pelvis, bottom staying on that mat, do not lift it, hold here. Tummy's working really hard, and then relax. Good. Now, if you naturally push your back into this floor, you might be working a little bit harder to lift here, so tilting that pelvis down. So just watch my hands. If I keep them here, when I tilt my pelvis, you'll see my hands lift ever so slightly, but my bottom's still on the floor. When I'm coming down here, my hands move, yeah? So, push down, tilt up. It's only ever such a small movement, it's not that big. Take it down, roll back, squeeze up. Now, draw it in here, tilt back, good. So this is like your equivalent of when we do that tummy squeeze. So it's 100, it's all the way up, back is as flat as you can get into that floor. Rolling back is 0, because everything tends to relax a bit more usually, not always. Roll it up, squeeze, tilt that pelvis, hold, relax, take it back. Good. So this is your 0. Now find your 50. So we want to be somewhere between the two, where the tummy's got a little bit of tension, the back is in contact with the floor, but it's not flat. Yeah? And when you think you found it, just hold it there. Now it should feel like you're having to work a little bit, but not too much. Okay? Now, holding this position here, we're going to do our pelvic floor. Now, best way to describe this is imagine you're having a wee, and halfway through the wee you need to stop. yeah, and then you release. So it's the pelvic muscles that are running right underneath. Men have them as well, so it's important that you guys do this as well. So without scrunching everything up, what I want you to do is draw the belly button in and then concentrate on trying to lift the pelvic floor up, yeah? Hold for a couple of seconds and then relax down. Engage the tummy, lift the pelvic floor, so squeezing underneath and relax down. Good. Do that again. Squeeze the tummy in, lift the pelvic floor. So my bottom's not coming away from the floor, it's all internally where this is happening. And relax. And again, draw in, lift and squeeze the pelvis. Good, pelvic floor, and relax. Now you might find that the back passage is joining as well, that's totally normal. So, tummy in, squeeze your bottom, squeeze the front, and hold. Now you might find the legs are joining in a little bit, absolutely fine because it's all connected, yeah? And then relax the front, relax the bottom, squeeze it all in, relax. All in and relax. Now if you're really struggling to grasp which muscles should be working here, you can try when you go for a wee, stopping it halfway through the flow, yeah, and then relaxing and carrying on with having a wee. We don't recommend you do it too many times, okay? Only because it can cause a bit of a backflow, which could lead to an infection. So you only do it once or twice in a week. Yeah, and then you let it go. So that's only if you really aren't sure if you're pulling the right muscles, okay? Getting them to engage. One more time, squeezing in, lifting up. Good. Relax it there. Perfect. Now then, your next one, what we're going to do is a heel slide. So staying in our position here, making sure our heels are roughly in line. So again, we can start with our feet together if you want, turn them 10 to 2, bringing the heels in line. We're going to take one foot at a time, lifting up the toe. We're going to slide the heel out and then pull it back in, and then we switch, sliding out and draw it in. Do that again, sliding out and bring it in. Now remember, we need to be neutral back, so ever such a slight tilt in the pelvis, either anterior or posterior, depending on what your posture is like. Tummy switched on at 50, yeah, so it should feel like you're doing a little bit of work. Good, and again. Now if you've got a carpet and you've got socks, usually okay. If you've got a sticky mat that's good for grip, you might want to do this without socks, only because your sock will come off and that'll just drive you mad. It'll slide up and down and in. So when we're sliding out, we're trying to do it with this little disturbance and movement side to side in the hip area, and without the back arching up and away from the floor. There's going to be a little bit of transference side to side when we're changing the leg over, but in the whole we should be keeping that back in that neutral position, drawing that tummy in, holding it at 50 or 0.50, 50%, whatever you want to call it. So we've got a bit of tension there, but we should be able to breathe at the same time as well. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. bring that up. Good. Now, keeping it here, making sure again heels are in line with our hips. Got a little bit of a gap between the knees. We're going to pick one foot up and then take that back down. Pick it up and take it down. Now the minute you start to move your leg or even your arms, your back usually wants to get involved. And you might want to start arching up and away. Don't let it, we need to engage. So we're holding at 50, we're keeping that neutral spine so it's not overarching and it's not pushing all the way down. Yeah? Good. Lift and down. So we should be able to do this without any pain or discomfort. So if you do have any back weaknesses, it shouldn't hurt, there shouldn't be any pain. It might ache because the muscles are having to work, but that's different to being in pain. Now, if you find this quite easy, you want to challenge yourself, you're going to take one leg up, hold. Bring the other leg up and hold. Take your first leg down, second leg down, switch. Lift and hold, lift and hold. First leg down and down. Yeah? If that's too much, stay with the alternate knee lift. That's it, good. And down. Now then, you probably find the minute that you're bringing that leg up to hold, your posture and everything changes. Yeah? Again, that is normal, but don't let it go back to either arching up or flattening right down into the floor. We want to try and keep it in that neutral position that we're trying to do. So 50% on the tummy, hold it here, take it down, good, and down. If you find you're moving too much, take it back to those alternate legs, because you might find the more you do, you're getting tired, the muscle starts to weaken. So do what you can and then take it back to these alternate single legs. If you can keep going with the double, keep going. One more. Last one. Good. And then take that down. Well done. So, this time, what I'd like you to do is, there's another exercise that we can do when we're in this position. I want you to just practice your start point. So we're going to take the leg up and hold. Take your second leg up and hold. And we're staying here. Now, how much has your posture changed? It shouldn't have changed that much. Bracing here, so we're working at 50. Back is in neutral, so we're not arching right up, we're not pushing it right down. We're somewhere between the two, but the tummy is working to help support the spine. Take one leg down, and then the other. Have a little rest. How did that feel? Did it feel like it was really, really tough? So, do that again. We take one leg up and hold. Bring your other one up and hold. Keep breathing throughout, in through the nose. Exhale, blow out through the mouth. Take one leg down. Good. Then the other leg. And rest. So if you want, you can do that as many times as you want, just taking it up, holding it for an inhale, exhale, and then relaxing it back down. Okay? Now, this time, we're going to take it into a hip bridge. So, we're going to tilt the pelvis, like we did before, right at the beginning when we were tilting down. So we're going to take the back, we're going to try and get every piece of that spine to touch your mat. Okay, now from here, all we're going to do is peel the pelvis up. Okay, so the glutes are having to squeeze, your bottom is having to squeeze. We're drawing in here more, so we're hollowing out the tummy. We're lifting up a vertebrae at a time till we get as high as we can. Now there should be no pressure at the bottom of the neck, okay? We've still got weight into the shoulders, hold it up, and then we slowly curve the spine, hollowing out that tummy, taking it down, so we're getting each vertebrae, then the bottom to touch. Relax the pelvis. Good. Then we tilt. We're squeezing. As we start to lift, the glutes are starting to work. We're lifting up, a bit at a time. Good. It's not a fast move by any means. Take it down. Get all of that upper back, and then the thoracic, and then the lumbar region, so this lower part here, touch the floor, and take it down, and relax. Watch what your body does. Do you have to keep moving your feet closer to give you enough lift? That's fine. As it gets easier, you can take your feet further away, yeah? So just keep lifting up to the top. Down. It's a really nice one as this if you sat at a desk all day, because it really gets that mobility and movement through the spine. Watch your knees. Do your knees start to drop in? Don't let them. They need to stay in line with the hips. Good. And take it down. That's it. And again, rolling up, lifting, squeeze. That's it. Good. And taking that down. One more time. Lifting up. Don't forget, try and get each part of that spine to touch the floor and relax. Well done, good stuff. So there you go. There's some foundation moves, just specifically on your back. You can repeat them as many times as you want. Make a note of how it feels when you're doing the exercises. Are you noticing knees are moving when they shouldn't be? Are you throwing other moves in to compensate? Are you using other parts of the body that you shouldn't be? Just feel how the body's moving when you're doing it. Make a mental note, and then when you do it next time, are you still having those same issues, or are you able to correct it? Keep practicing. I'll be coming back with some more in different positions for the foundation moves, and we'll see how you're getting on. Thank you very much.